I did this, you tried that. You copy me, that's my swag. That's my style, give it back. 3 words. I said Trick.
Hey, Hey, you guys, what is going on? Oh my gosh. Okay, so welcome back to my podcast. I haven't done a podcast in a minute. So I was like, okay, I want to do one. And this one, I just want to talk about what is going on right now. The number one most talked about topic, and that is the Will Smith and the Chris Rock situation. And I'm not perfect. I'm not even going to pretend I'm perfect, and I'm not going to act like my opinion. Let's remember that everybody has those, and we are allowed to voice our opinions. Even if we disagree, sometimes it's okay to agree to disagree, but take from somebody's opinion and learn and hear what they're saying instead of just saying, oh, no, you're wrong, but mine is right. No, we can all be right in some form and fashion. And that's how we learn and grow from each other. But if we all just think our opinion is right and our opinion is the only thing that matters, then we'll never get anywhere. Because I just see so many people in the comments about this whole situation saying, Will is wrong and he shouldn't have did it and it was disgusting and it was this and woo, 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 woo. And I hear you. I hear you and I understand what you're saying. And I agree. Was it the right time and place to do that? No. Is violence the answer? No. And I agree with that. But then you also have to listen to the other side of people's opinions where we're saying you cannot tell somebody when they can be upset, when they can be mad, when they're at their breaking point. You cannot tell somebody that. And just because Will Smith is Will Smith and he was on Fresh Prince and he's done all these other amazing movies and he's this millionaire, it does not make him different. He is human and he has feelings. And sometimes you're not in the mood for a joke. You're not, even if it was to you a senseless, oh, G.I. Jane, but to him in that moment, and I'm going to get there, in that moment could have been the last straw. Same reason when we, in high school, that is not the place for your children to be fighting, for your children to be disrespecting teachers. It is not the place because there's other kids in there that are trying to learn. There's a lot of times it's not the place for us to be on the road and get road rage. It is not the place. But because you're having a bad day, I'm spinning. But because you're having a bad day or you're something pushed you over the edge, you did it in the moment and you didn't think about it until after the fact. And then that's when you apologize because you're like, fuck, what did I just do? And sometimes that's why we see ourselves in jail. I'm like, what did I just do? What the fuck? Or some people don't make it because somebody pulls out a gun and they get shot. And then the other person who shot him is like, what did I just do? And then you're in jail. It's just, we are all humans. And yes, that's why I go back to y'all side, some of y'all side. We have to learn how to control our feelings and emotions. But because we are human, don't forget that, because no matter how much money you have, no matter who you are, none of us are perfect. We are human. We break. And he broke. Period. And I don't feel as though the way people are just trying to dismantle this man is necessary. It's not necessary. People have stormed the Capitol or White House, wherever it was. They stormed it. A woman got killed in the midst of it. None of them people are in jail forever. You had the people who ran into Breonna Taylor's house. Nobody is punished for it. You have the George Zimmerman thing. You have the George Floyd thing. Nobody is punished for their actions, for deaths out of actions. But you have a man who is in the public eye, who has been talked about. He has been the butt of every joke for so long. From him sitting here being vulnerable, giving his life to people who he shouldn't have even given it to, like telling his whole story. Oh, this is what me and my wife decided to do. This is what we do. This is how we, we're open relationship. August Alsina, not them. August Alsina came out and told their secret, what they do and what has happened. They didn't. But then they come back and they shared their life to people they don't even have to share it to. And then y'all sit here and you throw it in their face. That's why I tell people, be careful who you tell things to. Everybody don't need to know everything, but because they're like, maybe I can help somebody else going through this, or maybe there's somebody else dealing with this and I want them to understand you're normal or you're okay. But then just because we live a certain way, or we feel it's supposed to be a man and a wife and this is it, and you're supposed to be by yourselves and this is how you're supposed to do it. And who made up that fucking rule? Who made up that rule that a man and a woman, if this is what they feel is comfortable for them, and say, hey, I want to have another wife in here. Can we have 2 wives? Can I have 2 husbands? As long as they agree, it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter how you feel, because that is not your house. And I just was reading comments saying, what were the comments? Oh, well, everybody goes through something, so why is he mad? And da-da-da. Yeah, we all do go through something, but we don't have millions of people. I'm not saying your go through something is less than his, but I do believe it might be tougher when you have millions and millions of people talking about what you're going through. At least us, we can go through it with maybe 50 or 100 or by ourselves. But when you have the entire world going through what you're going through, and like he said in his acceptance speech, when you have to just laugh through it like it's not hurting you, and you got to smile and keep moving, but you just hear the jokes over and over, it will wear you down. And y'all sit here and say, stop bullying and mental health is real. And how do you not know that wasn't mentally bringing him down and tearing him apart as a person? And oh, he need to leave Jada, and Jada don't give a fuck about. How do y'all know she don't give a fuck about him? Just because now it's made public that she slept with somebody that they already knew amongst each other what was going on? If Will wanted to leave, he could leave. Let me calm down. I'm just so big with letting people be people. From being gay, from being Muslim, from being Chinese or whatever, because Asian, because then they're saying the COVID came here for them. So now people are just picking at all Asians and Chinese people. And from people being like white, not every white person is a Karen. So how do you know you're not affecting somebody by saying Karen? It's like, just until people show you who they are, stop judging. In the Bible, you're not supposed to judge. Like, isn't it in Luke? I know my Bible. Hold on. What is it? Thou shalt not judge. I think it's in Luke. Hold on. Thou shalt not judge. What? Luke 6:37. But that is what we continue to do over and over and over. Granted, somebody's life may not be how you live your life, or you may not understand their life, but you should not judge that person. Nobody has the right to judge anybody. You may not agree. You may not understand, but just say, hey, you're the one that has to be judged at the end of all of this. You know what I'm saying? By the creator, whatever you believe in. We got people who got Buddha, you have Catholics, you have Muslim, you have Christianity. So whatever power, higher power you believe in, you have to be judged by that person for your actions. And that's why I say the one thing about humans is that we don't know how to forgive people. We don't know how to be understanding and compassionate about other people's feelings, but we sit here and say we are, and we're so pro bullying, so pro this, and so pro mental health. But look what y'all are doing now. After Will did what he did, now you're tearing him down even more. Instead of sitting here saying, maybe all of us talking shit might have played a part of him breaking down. We don't think about what we're doing until somebody explodes. And then we say, oh, they're wrong. What part did you play in it? What part did you play in it? I'm not taking away of Chris Rock being a victim, but what part did you play in it as well? This was national TV. You already know what it feels like because Chris Rock has been through a lot himself. A lot. You already know what it feels like to be the butt of a joke over and over and over again. And then for this, knowing this man was nominated for an award, and then his wife, what she's been going through, and then what they have already been going through, sometimes some jokes just aren't necessary at certain places. Now, if you were on a stage at a comedy show, or it was like a, I don't know, like something not so formal, then I could understand. And some people don't understand that the joke could have been taken two different ways. Some people took it as the G.I. Jane as her being bald head. And then to Will, and some people, that was a disrespect to alopecia. Some women take pride. Some people are like, oh, that's just a simple joke. Some people, you not being a woman, women take pride in their breast, in their hair. Their hair is their crown. That is their glory. That signifies their strength and power. And to know that you can't help the fact that you can't grow your hair, that can bother a woman because people love the long hair, the beautiful hair, and that'll make her feel, sometimes that can make a woman feel less of a woman when they get breast cancer and their breasts are gone. That's why my mom, she had breast cancer and had to get one of her breasts removed. I was like, Mom, why you just didn't get rid of two? She was like, I just couldn't. Some women, y'all don't see how that can hurt somebody. You don't know what they talk about behind closed doors. You don't know what they're dealing with behind closed doors. And to get embarrassed in front of millions of people, you don't know how you embarrassed her. And to just have them laugh. So him being a man is like, I have to do something. And he was it the right thing to do? No. But did he do it? Yes. Is he serving the consequences? Yes. But do I feel he should be getting the backlash like this? No. The consequence could be the Academy Awards saying, hey, we got to take away your Oscar. Or, hey, you can't be brought back next year. That is your consequence. But for people to try to dismantle and say, oh, I'm sickened. I'm disgusted. It was like the Jerry Springer show and I'm traumatized. Traumatized from what? A slap? They're acting like he took out a gun and pointed it to the man's head. They're acting like he went up there and shanked this guy, or he flipped over tables and he cussed out the whole. Yeah, he said, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. But at this point, he's broke. He's broken. He's had enough. You talked about her in 2016 because she decided to boycott the awards, not because of him, but because what you thought, because he wasn't winning an award. She boycotted because she felt as though there wasn't enough black people in the awards and dealing with the awards and things like that. But you joked about it. They let it slide. Then you turn around and you do it again. Like, to me, it's more than just a joke. It's something that we don't know. That's why we need to shut up sometimes. It's something that we don't know that is going on behind the scenes, because everybody is human and everybody has friends and fallouts and messiness that's going on, and it bothered him. As you could see, there's pictures of them around the net. They were friends. They were even on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Him and Jada and him, Chris Rock worked together in Madagascar. There was rumors that they were dating each other. And it's just a lot. And there could be animosity there that y'all just don't know. I just hate when people try to act like they're so perfect. But this man slapped somebody and y'all are acting like he shot up the whole fucking place. I could see if he went up there and brutally beat the man to where his nose was bleeding and his eye, like, what, keep my wife down with your fucking mouth, stupid son of a bitch, what. Now it's like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening here? It was like a slap, and that was it. And I feel the reason Chris Rock didn't respond. Yes, it was professionalism as well. I give him that. But I feel he knew. He pushed it to the limit. He knew. Again, but people aren't going to hear this. Will Smith was wrong for doing that. He was wrong. The moment was not right. But who are we to tell somebody how they're supposed to feel? Who are we to say it's just a joke? You're not supposed to get mad. It's a joke. You're not supposed to get up and hit somebody because it's a joke. Now, violence is wrong, but if somebody's had enough, when is enough enough? But how are we to tell this man how to feel and how to react? So he has to deal with his consequence if they take away the Oscar and if they don't bring him back. And if he gets sued, those are your consequences. But for people to shame this man, and he's done so many great things for not only black, for white, for all people. He is damn near never been in any trouble or any mess. Granted, his lifestyle might not be how you like your marriage to be, but that's not for you to judge. That's what they go through. But this man has done a lot of great things, but they want to hold a slap against him. I just don't get it. So I go to my brother a lot when a lot of things bother me, and I wanted him on this podcast with me, but he couldn't because he's extremely busy right now. So we were just talking about it, going back and forth with it amongst text messages and things like that. Because like I told you guys, I'm a preacher kid. My mom is a pastor. Her dad was a pastor. His mother was a pastor. I've been in church my whole life, And I was raised to just love people and to not judge people and to allow people to freely express themselves with who they are, no matter what, because at the end of the day, God has the last say so, and he knows your heart and who you are. And I get so emotionally attached when stuff like this happens because I don't like to see anybody get torn down for being human. Now, like I said, if he would have brutally beat the man or shot somebody, then yes, I agree with, I don't agree with bashing somebody, but I agree with you having a punishment. You know what I'm saying? And again, he does, if they take the Oscar away, I'll be like, well, Will, there's always a reaction for your action. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the right phrase. But so anyway, me and my brother was talking, and I always go to my brother when I want some real peaceful guidance and information, because my brother is he's about love. He really is. He's like, you can cuss him out, say the shittiest shit to him, and he will compose himself so well until like he has a breaking point too. Like he ain't gonna just let nobody run over him, but he will take you like, fuck you, I don't give a fuck what you say, you piece of shit, I'll beat your ass, and you can slam a door in his face or throw a drink and whatever. And he will just, he's so, he's just very, I don't know. He has self-control and he's very, I don't know. But I'm not going to say he can't break. So I go to him when I need, like, when I want to hear some real honest advice, loving advice that I feel is, coming from an empathy where he can understand and feel other people's emotions. So I'm going to play a clip from our conversation, and I asked him the whole Will situation. How did he feel? And this is what he had to say.
It's just because I just spent a lot of energy yesterday going back and forth with stuff, and just using different just posting a lot of different things and saying a lot of different things. So today I was like, and by the end of the day, I was just exhausted. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't get anything done that I needed to do for myself. And that's really what ultimately what everybody needs to do, focus on their self. You know what I'm saying? Focus on their self and how can they be a better person, because if everybody did that, the whole world would change. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Will realized. That's what his mentors above him allowed him to realize. Denzel Washington, Tyler Perry, whenever like it's just like the video I had posted up. It's like the devil is always going to like come at you when you're, you know, at some of your highest moments. And Will, that resonated with Will, and he allowed that energy to seep in. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's going through things.
One moment. So I saw somebody when they were like, the devil didn't do it, Will, you did it. But sometimes the devil knows how to act through people. And this was Will's highest moment. He's never got an Oscar. And this is me touching on what my brother said. He's never won an Oscar. Out of all these amazing movies he's done, he's never won an Oscar. And this was your night. And the devil acts through people. I'm not saying Chris Rock is the devil, but the devil he planted that joke there at that moment because he knew this was your breaking point. And he wanted to see, would you give in? And you gave in. And the devil will get you at your highest moment. And it's a test. And he broke. And that is why, my brother's going to say it, that is why he went up there, and I feel he cried, because he was like, I know what the fuck I just did. I know what I just did was wrong. And there was somebody in the comments talking about, I'm a, what did they say? I'm a lawyer, a defense attorney. And when people cry like that, they know they're afraid of what's going to happen next. Yeah, he's probably afraid, but he also knew he was wrong, and he reacted out of anger. And it's like, you know, when you do something in a relationship, you're like, you cheat, you know what I'm saying? You know it's wrong. And then after you do it, it's like, what the fuck did I just do? If you have a conscience, what did I just do? You know what I'm saying? And you do it anyway. In the midst of it, you have time to stop when you zip your pants down, when you're kissing, when you're doing that. But do you stop? No, you do it because that's what you wanted to do at that moment. Now, I don't know if those were two good analogies to go together, but it was just, you had a choice is what I'm basically saying. Out of those, both of those choices, you had a choice, and you led with what you wanted to do because that's what you wanted to do. His is out of anger, yours is out of lust and hormones. You know what I'm saying? I'm bad at piecing things together. But anyway, you get where I'm coming from. Okay, let's keep going.
Come at you when you're, you know, at some of your highest moments. And Will, that resonated with Will, and he allowed that energy to seep in. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's going through things, you know, that's when the devil's gonna damn test you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like, you know what? Okay, you said that shit, but I'm gonna sit here and breathe. But you know, sometimes you're human.
Yes.
Sometimes you have human moments. That's why the people that's talking as well got to realize that, like,
He's
okay,
human.
I can say whatever I want, but just know you may get slapped in the fucking face. Do you know?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's what people don't understand. Yeah, you can say what you want. Yeah, you can say a joke, but you got to understand, people are human. Especially when he's going through all the stuff in the media that he's been going through. It's been dragging for so long. You're the butt of a meme. The tweets, the references, just everything. And like that can take a toll on you. It will. And so, yeah, you can say what you want, but just know sometimes there's going to be a reaction. Everybody's not going to be in the joking mood. And just that day, he wasn't in a joking mood. And people were saying, oh, he was laughing at first. That was a joke prior to that. And the camera caught it, and it goes back to the next joke. Like, do y'all not know those are different camera angles? But, yeah. Let's keep going.
It goes both ways. So that's why the best thing for everybody to do is to just sit with their own thoughts and ask themselves, am I making the best choice for my life and what I want from my life? And if so, let me do it. If not, let me think about this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And after Will slapped him, he was able to think about that. And that's why he started crying, because he realized, I didn't do the best thing for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I should not have done that. I apologize. And did he apologize to Chris Rock? right there at the awards. No, the hell he didn't. But shit, the motherfucker might have still been mad.
Right.
But he did let her apologize later that evening. He might have wanted to like
Calm down.
get his thoughts together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sit with that. Like, he slapped the man. So
And that's what people were saying. Why didn't he apologize to the Academy, but he didn't apologize to Chris Rock? Because at that moment, you're mad. When you get in a fight at school, or when you get in a fight anywhere, or in an argument with your mom and dad, or with your best friend, because we don't know if they were good close friends or not, but we do know that they had some type of relationship. When you fight with them, do you turn right back around and say, I'm sorry? You don't. You don't. Like, if you get in a fight at a house party and it's not your house, who are you going to apologize to first? You're going to go to the person of the house and say, I'm sorry. I did not mean to do this. If you have some type of respect, you're going to say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this. Please forgive me. I'm drunk, or I'm angry. Whoop, 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 yada, yada, yada. You're not going to apologize to the person you fought, because you fought them because you were mad. And if you go to that person and try to apologize, they're going to be like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want your apology right now. You know what I'm saying? Or if he did apologize, they would have been like, oh, you're just saying that just so you really can't please people. Oh, you're just saying that because you know you're finna get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we are human. Y'all are forgetting that. Who the fuck apologizes after an altercation? Who? You go home, you cool off, and then him being a man, when he got his words together, when he calmed down, when he figured out what he wanted to say, he apologized to Chris Rock. He apologized. Has Chris Rock been a man yet and apologized to Jada? It might have been a joke to you, but was it a joke to her? Again, Will was wrong to do that there. I want to continue to say that so people don't say, Zoe, you're trying to justify his actions. He was wrong to do that there, but I want people to see that he's human. And we make mistakes, or we react, because we're human. Period.
is he going to apologize right then? He was still fucking mad, but he still needed to say something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I admire him for that. I can relate to that. Nobody is fucking perfect, and they're acting like they're just living a life of. Let me see your skeleton. Let everybody just throw their skeleton in the street, and let's
Right.
see what's going on. Everybody has something. You know what I'm saying? That's why people appreciate the Kanye West documentary so much, because it humanizes him. You know what I'm saying? You understand why he acts the way he does, and you can see yourself in that shit and be like, damn, I don't went through the same kind of stuff. You know, the most important thing is that we learn from these lessons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We learn from them so we can continue to move on, so we can move forward,
Right.
and not continue in a circle of self-destruction.
Right.
And that's what I feel Kanye does sometimes. He doesn't necessarily learn from his lessons, you know, versus Will Smith, who, like I said, has done so many great things as far as working on himself, working on his family, helping to empower everybody, specifically African Americans, but everybody. But is he still human and deals with personal issues with his family? Yes, he does, and they were even nice enough to share that with the world. But I would not suggest that, because people are how they are acting right now. As soon as they see something bad, a way in, they want to tear you the fuck down. That's why that type of personal information,
You keep.
I would not share that with anybody unless you know that those people love you. That's what I've taken away from this. That's what I want to tell you. That's what Oprah told Beyonce. That's what I see what Beyonce does. If you want to, you know, share those personal moments, or like in a creative way, put it in your art, put it in a movie, put it in something else.
And I'm going to stop him there, because I've learned that too, because I do mukbangs and I'm very vulnerable. I speak and I'm open and I tell people everything. And then sometimes there'll be clips and people will throw that in your face, and you think that you're out here just, you know, talking and say, hey, I'm trying to be open with you and real and let you know I may be on Wild 'N Out, or I may have 3 million subscribers on YouTube and 6 million on Instagram, and people might say, hey, can I get a picture with you in public? And you're getting invited here and people know you there. But I be wanting people to know that I'm still human. But then they throw it in your face when you're trying to actually let them know I relate to you. I get it. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I date these type of people. I go through heartaches. I've wanted to commit suicide, or I've done this and I've done that. And then it's like they throw it in your face like they're just so perfect. And like he said, let's all put our skeletons out in a row and let's see how perfect you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're forgetting you've done things, or you're going to do things, and you're going to make decisions, and your children are going to make decisions, and their children's children are going to make decisions, and it's all going to fall back on you too. We're going to say, oh, your mama raised you like this, so that's why you're like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, stop pointing the finger and turn it around like this and point it at yourself, because we have to work on us, and only we can work on who we are. And that's what Will has to do. He has to take from this moment and be like, look, I reacted out of anger, but what can I take from this, and what can I learn from this? Not everybody's saying, oh, I'm traumatized. So you've never seen nobody slap nobody? Ever? I mean, yeah, not at the Oscars, not on national TV. It's the fact that it was Will Smith, who they look so highly of, but you got to remember, he's still a human with emotions and feelings. That's the one thing that I don't like when I have to keep moving on up in my ladder, trying to become like a limelight celebrity, is your humanness gets taken away. And then everybody always likes to say, well, they're just people. But when that just people person does something, it's, oh, how dare Will Smith does that. He has so many people looking at him, and why would he do that? He shouldn't have. But I thought he was just human, because that's what he is. Just because he lives in a big house or have 5 houses and all these movies, it doesn't make him better than you, and it doesn't make him better than me. He's still human with human emotions and feelings. Just because all those people in the room had money, don't make them better than you or me. They just have money. That is it. And again, what he did was not at the right place, which was a ceremony. I don't give a fuck about it being on Oscars. It was a ceremony of people who worked hard to get where they wanted. And like people are saying, that took away the moment of those hardworking people who won their Oscars, because now the only thing everybody is talking about is the slap. So I do agree with that. It took away everybody else's hard working moment. But the point is, you still won your Oscar. You still saw that you won your Oscar. Can't nobody take that away from you. Can't nobody take away your hard work. Your Oscar can break on the way home, but you still won. You still worked hard. Some of those people didn't win an Oscar, but you still worked hard. It doesn't matter about what anybody sees, what anybody thinks, because next year somebody else is going to win. That is just for one day. Do stuff for yourself, not to be seen.
Don't share it with folks that you're not even sure they give a fuck about you, because they will do a Jim Carrey on your ass. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I was talking about too. Jim Carrey, his what he said kind of hurt me, because I love Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey. And for Jim Carrey to sit here and say, I love Will Smith. Well, if you love him, you wouldn't say something like that about somebody you love. Now, like, my friend might make a bad decision, but I'm not finna go on no interview and say anything bad about my friend. Now, I may say my friend made the wrong decision, but my friend was going through something, and we're all human. But the decision he made at that night was wrong, and I stand on that. And that's what I would have said as a friend. I wouldn't try, oh, it was sickening, and then it was sickening how people stood up and gave him a standing ovation. You're not my friend. Because if you were my friend, you will understand that I'm hurting. You will understand that I'm tired of all the stuff people are saying about me and my family. And you don't even know how that stuff is affecting his children and how that might be affecting his wife and him mentally. You don't know if that man was at night wanting to commit suicide because the world think, oh, he's a sorry ass excuse for a man and he letting Jada step over him and blah, 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 and he's just this and that and oh my God, and she don't even love him. And you don't know what that man has been enduring at nighttime. And now you're adding more. But let's listen to what Jim Carrey had to say.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
What is a cool club?
There was some question today about if anyone else had walked from the audience and done that, they would have been escorted out by security or maybe even arrested. The police asked Chris if he wanted to file charges. They asked Chris, do you want to file charges? And Chris apparently said no, he did not.
He doesn't want the hassle. I'd have announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous.
The reason I feel that the security people didn't arrest him, just my opinion, is I feel they knew it wasn't a threat. Just like he's saying, oh, that's going to live with Chris forever. That's going to be memes and this and that. Look at what's going on with Will Smith. He didn't ask for anybody to know what happened with August Alsina, but August ran his mouth. He didn't ask for that. But now look at him. Look what he's going through. So it's not good for him, Chris Rock to go through something, but it's okay for Jada and Will to go through something. And then, oh, this is what I meant to say, the joke. Some people took it as the G.I. Jane, oh, she has alopecia or whatever the case may be, and it was disrespectful. And then somebody else said it was this type of joke. And this is even worse. Y'all stupid. The person who played G.I. Jane cheated on her husband with the dude from the 70s show who was much younger than her. Motherfuckers don't even know that the joke was deeper than the surface. That's even worse. This man is nominated for an Oscar. And if that was your joke, that's why I feel he might have said, oh, that was what, y'all? That was a good one. Because I kind of feel it might have been that reference. But that's not the place. Why even joke about that there? You know what I'm saying? Why? It's not funny. Not when that's something they've been dealing with in front of and then it's not even cheating when they have an open relationship. That got it, like they've always been said they've been open, but they never told who their other people were.
You know, that insult is going to last a very long time. If you want to yell from the audience and disapprove or show a disapproval or say something on Twitter or whatever, you do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
And I agree. Violence is not the answer. But again, who are we to tell somebody when they can and can't get mad or how they're supposed to react or what is a joke? You know what I'm saying? And my brother's friend gave a great response to when we've been taught that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words shall never hurt me. Bullshit. So don't say it's just words. Words have caused children to kill themselves in the LGBT community. Words have caused women to kill themselves being mentally abused, verbally abused. Words have caused a lot of people to feel depression. Words that aren't supposed to hurt us. Words. Sometimes words hurt way more. I'd rather you punch me and I ice it the fuck up than to have to deal with the words. You can break somebody down with words and jokes. When you break a plate and you piece it together, it's still a broken plate. So my brother's friend said this. She said, we should all be collectively uncomfortable with the difference being made between physical violence and words. People keep saying shit like physical violence is never the answer, which sounds good on paper until you dig a little deeper and you realize that this school of thought is rooted in the belief that words don't harm, injure, or traumatize the same way that being hit does. I believe we run the risk of perpetuating harm to emotional abuse victims when we subscribe to this thinking. I think you all should watch Made on Netflix so you can see a visualization of the harm that this way of thinking causes abuse victims. It minimizes safe space for victims and survivors of emotional abuse. It makes it harder for them to receive the support services that they need when they try to leave an abusive marriage and a relationship, because the people that seek help from perpetuating this notion that no real harm is being caused if you haven't been hit yet. It's not right. It's not right. And y'all need to grow up and find another argument. Emotional abuse is a real thing. Words injure. And I believe that because they have been beating Will and Jada up for the past months over and over and over and over and over. The words, they will tear you down. They will tear you down. If you've ever been bullied, you get bullied enough, you'll want to leave this world. Why am I here? If your mother and daddy tells you you're nothing, you're a piece of shit, you're sorry, you're this, you're that, it will tear you down. Words now, nigger, you fucking nigger, you cracker, you faggot, words will tear you down. Words sometimes hurt more than being hit. Hit hurts, but words hurt just as much. It does. And that joke at that moment was it for him. It was it. So Chris is wrong and Will is wrong. They're both wrong.
Because they will do a Jim Carrey on your ass. You know what I'm saying? And just talk to your friends and people that you know have genuine, unconditional love for you. We don't know Will Smith and Chris Brown's past relationship. You know what I'm saying? I saw an old picture of them where Chris Rock. Chris Rock was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show. Mm-hmm. So they probably do have a long-term friendship. Mm-hmm. So to see somebody that you view as a friend or family, like random people could talk about your ass all day long. You'd be like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I don't even know you. Fuck you. I don't. Okay. But if it's somebody who you view that you have love for and that you would think has love for you as well, when they say some degrading things or some very rude below the belt shit, that shit hits different. I've made a post about that too. It just really pisses you off. You're like, damn, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, bro. Like, and you just black out. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, I don't think he made the best choice, but I absolutely understand. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely understand. And yeah. And people need to stop putting him on a pedestal. Right. You know what I'm saying? As to where he cannot not do no wrong, because he's human at the end of the day, just like all of us. Right. Everybody eats, sleeps, shit, and makes mistakes from time to time. The most important thing is that we learn from those, that we continue to live, learn, and grow, and move forward, and lead people to love. And the best way to do that is to worry about yourself. And be the best you that you can be for yourself. Yes.
I just feel like all the people who are saying stuff like, who is it? Like Wanda Sykes says the Will Smith and Chris Rock's Oscar moment was sickening and shares that she is also traumatized. Amy, was it Schumer? Says she's triggered and traumatized following Will Smith's actions at the Oscar. A slap? That didn't even scare me. I was more shocked than traumatized. I was shocked. Like, did this really just happen? Wow. But traumatized? I'm sure all of you went home and went to sleep. You might have gossiped about it at home, but you went to sleep. I'm sure you didn't have a nightmare. I can't tell you guys what happened because it's your life. I can't tell people what they did. But if a slap gave you a nightmare, jeez Louise. Don't go outside. Oh my God. Don't go to a club. Please don't. Alex Baldwin compares the Oscars to the Jerry Springer show after Will slapped Chris Rock. And when I wrote on my Instagram story, if y'all cannot see what they're doing to this black man, it wasn't trying to be racist. And the people hit me up saying, no, he did it to himself. He did and he didn't. All of you who made jokes played a part. You did it too. Your jokes hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I do. I make my jokes on Messy Monday, so I'm not perfect. So maybe I play a part in, I'm getting on their nerves. Like, so if somebody walked up and hit me, I would understand because, bitch, you said something and they might have had a fucked up day and they just, they want to knock you the fuck out. But I would never, all the shit I say on Messy Monday, bitch, I would never say it in person or whatever because it's Messy Monday. It was a joke. It's meant for my stage, which is my YouTube channel, and that's it. But if I was out and you were somewhere winning something or you were doing something, I'm going to be like, oh, girl, you shouldn't let your boyfriend do that, bitch. I'm not going to do that because it was just my show. I don't give a fuck what you do in your life for real. It was my show. Boom, boom, bam. And if somebody was to punch me one day, it'd be like, Zoe, hey, you said it. They didn't like it, and they was waiting to see you. And I just have to be like, well, bitch, I said it. That's my consequence. Because everybody don't want to joke all the time. But what I said on my Instagram, I was just like, if y'all don't see what they're doing, they do this to a lot of our black men. And to my black people, and I'm not racist at all, you guys. And I know when people say that, well, that means you're racist. Me, I'm not. I love everybody, seriously. But I do know that racism is real. And every time our black men get to a certain point, it's like they strip stuff from them. And you don't see that being done to a lot of white men. And I can only speak for my race. It hurts me when I see that my race, we tend to joke about everything or we tear each other down. But when you see the white community, they're not going to do that to their people. That boy that had the gun was wrong. That is traumatizing. You went out there knowing what you were getting yourself into with a gun. And you shot people. You didn't have to go out there and play police, but you decided to. You decided to go out there. You decided to put yourself in harm's way of people who are angry and rioting. You did that. That was your choice. And so then when people attack you, like Will Smith did, now you want to shoot them and stuff. You didn't see any white people talk. You did, but the majority of them had his back. They said it was self-defense. They said it was this and that. And even Trump, everybody had his back praising him for doing that. But Will Smith slapped somebody because he's upset that somebody made a joke about his wife. And you see so many black people saying, oh, it's wrong. I'm traumatized. He shouldn't have did that. Violence is the answer. And then all these white people tearing him down like they've never done nothing wrong. And it's like we are giving the white man the authority to say what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. What you can and what you cannot do. How you're supposed to react and how you're not supposed to react. And I know you might take that the wrong way, some people, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying justifying violence and what Real Will did was right. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You're not supposed to hit nobody. I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is, how are we black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, whatever, how are we to tell anybody how they're supposed to react when they've had enough? Yes, again, it wasn't the right moment, but how do we know that moment wasn't the right moment for him? I'm ready to just fucking blow up. And they're just slowly tearing him down, his legacy, who he is, and what he stands for. They're tearing him down right in front of us. You don't even see it. Another thing she said, my brother's friend said, Chris Rock got punched in the mouth for all of y'all. Y'all made fun of, y'all made memes of, talk shit about Jada, and you got to hide behind your private pages and keyboards while you did it. Y'all forgot. And Chris forgot. Y'all kept thinking it was okay to dehumanize people because they're public figures. People can only take so much. And unfortunately, Chris caught that fade at the breaking point on the Oscar stage. Stop bullying people and calling it a joke. G.I. Jane, the black woman who has already shared with us that she is losing her hair because she has alopecia. Y'all done got way too fucking comfortable disrespecting black women. This is coming from a black girl named Frenchie Davis on Facebook. Frenchie Davis, if you want to follow her. You don't even know where the line is. A large majority of you new niggas are so used to not defending us that you don't even know how to process what the fuck just happened. She said that I was bald for 20 years and this joke gets tired quickly. We have historically been very cruel to black women who suffer from hair loss, alopecia, etc. And in my humble opinion, Chris earned that fade. Y'all talk too much and you're too comfortable being harmful and hurtful with your words. And that is what she said. And that is true. I just wish people could see it from both ends. This man is a husband first. Even if they have an open relationship and you don't agree with it and she messed around with August Alsina, but Will has done his things too. They're in an open relationship. They're understanding. At the end of the day, it is still his wife. No matter if they're doing whatever they're doing, they've been together a long time. They have feelings, they have bonds, they have emotions. It is his wife. Again, you don't know how it's affecting her at home, the memes that are affecting him, how it's affecting his children. And at that Oscar, it just wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right moment. Same way for Will, it wasn't the right moment. They're both wrong, and they both are held accountable of what they did. They're both wrong. Period. The joke was insensitive, especially at an Oscar where this man, everybody worked hard to get there, and his hit was wrong. Period. And it could have been avoided if the joke was not said. And we don't have the right to tell somebody not to get angry or upset about a joke. You don't know when somebody is at a breaking point. You don't know. So let's go to Will's acceptance speech and apology.
And the Oscar goes to
Will Smith!
And some of those people were saying, how do those people still stand after that happened? Because those people are human. And those people probably are thinking the way I'm thinking, knowing this man is probably hurting and going through a lot. And he reacted and they got it. But it still doesn't take the fact that this man works hard. He works hard. Yeah, he might have made a bad decision just a few minutes ago, but this man still works hard. You would have been just as childish and sickening to not even stand up after they called his name. And if you didn't stand up, you need to evaluate your heart and who you are, thinking that you're better than somebody, that you don't make mistakes, that you haven't said shit behind somebody's back and then still go and smile in their face because you're fake. You need to look at yourself and realize, what shit have I done that nobody knows but still stood up and clapped for me? You're fake.
Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family. In this time in my life, in this moment, I am overwhelmed by what God is calling on me to do and be in this world.
And I saw somebody in the comments say, what are you talking about? God is calling you to be and do in this world. You're just an actor. You're just this. But when you have such a high following, people who kind of don't have guidance or who don't know where they want to go in life, they look to you. I have people who look, you may not know it, they look to me and be like, Zoe, you inspire me. You make me want to be this. I look to Will and I be like, Will, he's hardworking. He's family oriented. He's just, it's inspiring. And that can be so much on you. Like, it's so much on you. That is pressure. That's pressure when everyday people can just live their lives, but you never know. Somebody is watching you. But because you're not put in the limelight, you don't pay it no attention. But somebody at your job is watching you. That's a hard worker. They work so hard. I want to work like them. And when you become the assistant manager, you deserve that. You work so hard. Then you become the manager. Oh, you deserve. Somebody is always watching you. God has a purpose for all of us in this world. Keep going, Will.
Making this film, I got to protect Ingenue Ellis, who was one of the strongest, most delicate people I've ever met. I got to protect Sanaya and Demi, the two actresses that played Venus and Serena. I'm being called on in my life to love people and to protect people.
And people were saying, oh, you've been called on to love somebody, but just a few minutes ago, you slapped somebody. This is how I took it. I'm not right, and I'm not saying I'm right. This is how I took it. And when you think somebody's your friend and love you, you will react out of just anger, but that doesn't mean you don't still love them. We say stuff to our parents all the time, like, oh, you get on my nerves, you make me sick, and I wish I could just move out. But it doesn't mean you don't love your mom or dad or your brother or sister. You get in a fight with your sister all the time and your brother, y'all may fight, but it doesn't mean you don't love them. Nobody else better touch your brother, sister. I can fight my brother, but I wish you would fight my brother. I could joke with Jada, but I wish you would joke with Jada. Keep going.
And to be a river to my people. And I know to do what we do,
My dog.
you got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you.
Right.
And you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay.
Because him being an actor and the hype that he's on, if he goes and comments to all the people, fuck you too, all the comments that y'all say, imagine if he responded to all those, oh, Real is bitter, he's mad, he's this. Y'all defend yourselves every day when somebody talks shit about you. Oh, catch me outside, come on outside, bitch, let's fight, or this and that. Y'all defend yourselves all the time. But he defended himself one time after the millions of jokes out there. But he has to sit there and smile. I'm okay. Go on a red carpet. So Will, it's like you and Jada, you know, the entanglement. You got to, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. No comment. Just got to laugh it off. That's not fair. That's not fair. It's.
But Richard Williams, and what I loved, thank you, D. Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you.
So true.
It's like, I want to be a vessel for love. I want to say thank you to Venus.
Somebody was like, how can you be a vessel for love and you just hit somebody? Every action that we do does not determine who we are as a person. I may go to the store and steal something. And you may look at me as a thief. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I stole food or something, or clothes. But you may look at me as a thief. But when you actually get to learn who I am as a person in my life, not me, just speaking in general, maybe my mom lost her job. Maybe my dad don't have no money. And I get bullied at school. So I went in there and I stole some shoes, or I stole an outfit because I wanted to just for one day feel like I had something. But to you, I'm this thief. I'm this horrible person. I'm not saying this is all the time. Some people just steal just because. You know, some people are just kleptomaniacs. They just steal. But some people might be going through something. And at that moment, he was going through something. But it does not mean he cannot be a vessel for love. Keep going.
And Serena, I just spit. I hope they didn't see that on TV. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena and the entire Williams family for entrusting me with your story. That's what I want to do. I want to be an ambassador of that kind of love and care and concern. I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light on all of the people, Tim and Trevor and Zach and Sanaya and Demi and Ingenue and the entire cast and crew of King Richard and Venus and Serena, the entire Williams family.
And what I took from that, I feel like he said, I feel he's crying because he understood what I did was wrong. And I took away from the moment from the movie that we did and the purpose of that movie. And now Serena and Venus and all them got to be under what I just did. And I just took that moment away from them. And I feel he's genuinely hurting about that. And that's why he said, it's not about my award. It's about them. This was for them. And he's hurting that he took that moment from them. And everybody's just thinking, oh, he's just crying because he feels it. I'm so glad that I was raised to understand love and empathy and just see people for who they are and not judge them for a moment. I'm not even judging Chris. I'm not judging him. I'm not saying he's a comedian. That's what he does. He's supposed to make jokes. Maybe to him, he thought it was a cool joke. You know what I'm saying? But when, like I said, when you're a professional, everybody makes mistakes. So you can't, just because he's professional doesn't mean he doesn't know when a joke is distasteful. But to the people, they're thinking, oh, you're professional, you should know that that was inappropriate. But he's human. So he made a mistake as well. So I'm not saying keep going.
Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said.
Right.
I look like crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams. But love will make you do crazy things. Thank you. Hope the Academy invites me back. Thank you.
And so somebody in the comments was like, and then he ended it with, I hope they invite me back. See, selfish. No, he's just basically saying, like, I take responsibility of what I did, and I hope y'all invite me back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I know you're probably not, but I hope you do. But if you don't, he's gonna deal with it. That's all he said. People like to twist words, and sometimes I wish I was like a dog or a cat or a bird or something, because humans they're just so hateful and evil. They just really are. It's like with animals. Animals can fight and do whatever, and then after that, they're still in the same pack. Y'all don't know what's on anybody's heart or mind and what they're going through. So, I don't know. And as I read a comment from some stupid ass that said, if y'all support what Will did, you support domestic violence. Domestic violence is it's abuse done to somebody in your household or a friend, family member. And yes, a hit is a hit, but that's not what he did was not domestic violence. Like, he's not repeatedly beating and bashing this person in and to I'm not even gonna go there with that one. If that's what you feel, I hope everything I said helped y'all understand where I was coming from and my standpoint. Everything I said today came from love. It came from an open heart. It came from me understanding what y'all are saying. I get your argument. It was the wrong place. It was an Oscar where everybody worked so hard to get there, and you took a moment from a lot of people because now all they're talking about is a slap. I get it. I understand. And if they don't invite him back, I agree. If they take his Oscar, I agree, because that was a choice you made. But do I feel that he should be drugged the way he's being drugged? No. Sorry, is the word drag or drugged? Drag, whatever. No, I don't. I don't think that he should be canceled or anything of that nature. The way that people are reacting and responding, I don't think it's necessary. He's hurting. He's been the joke for months. He's been talked about. His life has been put out there for people to just make fun of. And yeah, he wrote the book, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But Will is, like he said, he's just an open vessel. He wants people to know him and his family. And people, we don't really get to know celebrities and who they are and how they view life and what they're going on. And he's giving you that opportunity, and we throw it in their face and we make jokes about it. When a lot of us are in relationships and your boyfriend or girlfriend is cheating on you and you stay, or you're in abusive relationships and we stay. But to some people, they're like, well, why don't you just leave? But to you, you don't. It's something that you are dealing with. You are dealing with. And can't nobody tell you how to deal with what you deal with. You have to deal with what you deal with and get out of what you get out of at your time. I'm not saying stay in those relationships, but it's up to us to. The man was hurting, you guys. He was hurting. And the joke it just hit a nerve. And he reacted. Was it the best reaction? No, but he reacted. We all react in ways that we shouldn't at times in life. We've all had those moments, be it if we were 15, if we were 35, if we were 40, whatever. We all have those moments where we made the wrong decision. But I don't feel he should be getting talked so down on like he is. He slapped somebody. He didn't brutally beat the man's face in. He didn't stomp him. He didn't beat him with an award. He didn't bust down somebody's door and shoot him in their sleep. He didn't go out on the street, shoot somebody. He didn't put his knee on somebody's neck until they died. He didn't shoot somebody because they had a hoodie and Skittles in their hand. He didn't do any of that. He didn't storm a Capitol and cause a woman to get killed. He didn't do any of those things that are traumatizing. But those people get off. He didn't shoot people who were in cars innocent when they got pulled over. He didn't do those things. But those people get off and praised. He's not a president who yells out derogatory comments, calls countries and places the scum, and says racist slurs. He doesn't do those things. He slapped somebody because they said something about his wife that just was at the time enough. Slapped. Not a gun, not pistol whip, not none of slapped. That's all. I love you, Will. You probably never see this. I love you. I love your family. I love what you stand for. I hope you learn from your situation. I'm not saying that, we all make mistakes, dude. We all get angry. We all get mad. I'm not saying you can't get mad. I'm not, but sometimes we got to learn how to just breathe. Breathe and just be like, you know what? God help these ignorant people. And talk to him after the show. If you want to bust him in his mouth after the show, so be it. But again, violence is not the answer. And learn to just love each other, people. Love each other. Be what's the word? Have compassion for somebody's feelings. You don't know what he was going through. It was just a joke. Yeah, it was a joke. But like I said, you never know when somebody's had enough. To you and to everybody else, it was a joke. But imagine being the joke over and over and over for months on months. Why do you think some of these kids shoot these schools up? Because they were the joke. I'm not saying what they did was right. I'm not giving them a pass. But they were the joke. They were bullied. Some of them do it because they were probably just hateful. But some of them do it because it was the joke. Over and over and over. I love you guys. Like I always say, God only made one you. If you don't be you, then nobody else will. I hope Will and Chris learn from this. And I hope we can move on. And I hope nothing bad happens with Will and his legacy. And nothing bad happens with Chris Rock and his legacy. Chris Rock hasn't even decided to apologize yet. That apology that's going around, they said was fake. And he hasn't even apologized for the things he said. Maybe he's done it behind the scenes and we don't know it. But Will made that public apology on his Instagram. It may not have been when y'all wanted it to be, which is at the award, but he made it. But whenever he does, like I said, we can't tell somebody when they need to get over something or when they need to be mad. But if y'all are talking about when somebody should, I feel he should apologize to her and say, I'm sorry that I offended you. But you don't see me getting mad saying, he should say it now. He made her upset. Whenever he's calmed down and he's okay, he can apologize. But yeah, I love you guys. Love each other more. Mind your business. No, it's okay. No, jokes are cool or whatever, but after a while, no, it might be affecting somebody. That's why when I be on my message, I'm talking too much. I love you guys. Be awesome. Be you. Be amazing. There's only one you, and you got to be the best you. All right. What?